September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Well, I guess this is it.
Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today.
Ah! Phoenix, look!
Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me.
What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story?
I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this?
Innocent?
That's
Sorry.
me. How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who's guilty and who's innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy.
Edgeworth, you've changed.
Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix?
Well, court will be starting soon.
What? But wait, your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not...
I'll be defending myself.
What?
Okay, let's do this. It is technically allowed, but it's highly, highly, highly not recommended. September 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 1. Even for other attorneys, it's not recommended.
Of course.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
As the details of the event were already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime.
I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to be raising objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testimony in the trial against Miss Maya Fey?
I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at that time I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court.
Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere.
I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. President of Blue Corp.
Obvious symbolism is obvious.
Please state your full name.
You wish to know the title of my personage?
Your name.
Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse?
Name.
These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. No, CEO is still used.
Did you know the victim, Miss Maya Fey?
That would be a negatory. No, I did not.
You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder?
Correct.
and you witnessed the murder from there.
Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like this is the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Because the writer always sets it up to feel like that.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho! I hope you've made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer.
Let him have it, Phoenix.
Finally, you're on the bench! Sorry.
I don't know why she's here, but yeah.
Oh, she's just there for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I know, but why?
Witness testimony. A witness's account. Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam come from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impact. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testified, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
Hold it!
How did you know what time it was? Because I am always Abso-Posi-Lutely perfect, you know? No, you're not getting away with that! You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered the room service for 9. It happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said too. True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May, but he testified that he did not see you at the time. That is your concern? Silly lawyer, Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course he could not see me. He would need an X-ray vision to pull off something like that.
Tell us, what were you doing at that time?
I was quietly... By the window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co. law offices? Correct! That is the only window you see. And there you were reading papers? Correct! The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I'm a businessman who has business to do.
Hold it!
Bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I presume.
We see. Continue. Hold it!
So you were reading your papers until you heard that sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of the windows at night. No snoop? Yeah, right. You made a career out of snooping.
Hold it!
Spiky-haired?
Hold it!
What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes? 40.
So 20/20.
Got it. 40? Don't add them together! I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on anyway?
And what did you do then?
I called blah blah blah. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the television and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Faye office phone?
Irrelevant! That has nothing to do with the case at hand.
I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she was tapping the phone of the Fey woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Ho ho, I know! After all, I'm El Presidente. Please continue. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left.
What's in the court record?
You gave chase and struck her down. Oh, and they can't control with that one. That's what I thought. I remember.
He sees it from the opposite perspective.
Right, and I remember this part.
I do too. Are you sure?
As you know, I am always Abso-Posi-Lutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail? Whee! Wait right there! Mr. Wright, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left. But that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right.
Away from White.
Exactly. Ho ho ho! It is simple. You must have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim that she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did.
Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
True. Maybe he really did see the victim run to the left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court?
Yes, both are right.
Both witnesses are telling the truth. For once.
Ha! I doubt it. Or rather, that does not clear up the contradiction.
There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts.
What?
Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been?
In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
It's kind of obvious. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, he was watching from this point. It would make it appear that she ran left, according to his point of view.
Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing.
Exactly my point. Order! I will have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt! Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion!
The postulations? Yeah. Postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor.
Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho ho ho! You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony.
I recall this.
Good luck, you can't fix a broken testimony, buddy.
Yes, he can.
She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she ran first to the left. And then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow.
Court record? 1 sec.
Once I have the ability to.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I assume this.
Died from a blow.
Yeah. I have a feeling it was something else, but I'll be leading with that. That is what Miss May saw. You see? You hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. What do you mean by that? That is what I am about to explain. You Americans always so impatient.
He's not
It
American.
does not become you. Hey, buddy, you're American too.
No, he's not!
In this version, he is. What do you mean, first? First? That is what comes before what happens next. You do speak English, right?
No, they speak Japanese.
Please sit back, relax, and I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First, she ran to the left, and then... I didn't hit anyone. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no point hiding things from the court. I'm not hiding anything.
The prosecution requires that the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony.
Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Why is he mad at me? What do you mean, next? Next is what comes after first. I know that! Then that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. There's a problem with that. Mr. White. The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say about that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were Abso-Posi-Lutely perfect? I will refrain from using that phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony.
The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break.
Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice!
Don't let him get away!
Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. Crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, right? Mr. White? Okay. The two accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard the thing fall. Then the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did what with her, the single blow, thwap. Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. You heard that thing fall. What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that. The glass light stand. Right. The one that had fallen over at the scene.
recall that can't be seen from the window. Map. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely cannot be seen. Which I believe is what I had the
Phoenix.
most trouble with.
Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, very odd.
Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes? Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. That's not possible to be seen.
Exactly.
Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, right? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the law offices, this would be the area that you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not visible not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculously. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel, as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as the glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have been to see that is from inside Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. My yell needs work. Mr. White? Mr. White? You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, Miss Maya, looks like we're about to get our verdict.
That's far enough, Phoenix Wright.
What? Totally forgot about Edgeworth.
Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess to your crime now?
What?
I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap.
The wiretap? Hold on.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? Okay. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this.
Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain.
I really don't like the way this is headed.
As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April Bay, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay.
What does that have to do with anything?
Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who?
No, you wouldn't!
Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. And am I correct?
Correct! You are most correct, Miles! Give me a break! Yes! In order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer.
I see.
However, it is a fact that Mr. White has been to that office well before the murder took place, when he went to the place, the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed to be reviewed for the baseless conjecture it is.
Mr. White, you will testify to the court about the wiretapping. Ahem, leave it to me. I feel faint. Oh, it won't not let me pause for here. Okay. Alright. Note to self, you have not said this line yet.
Will we remember that? That's the question.
Hopefully. Let's see, I'm saving across this one in case there's a recording failure. Alright. And we'll be back later.